Okay, same thing with subtraction that we had with addition. All your strategies that you have are great. You can still use them to check your work. You can still use them to make some estimates and things like that. But you're in fourth grade, and fourth graders have to learn this standard algorithm, or the old-fashioned way. So let's look at how to subtract using the standard algorithm. Again, just like before, you're going to start by lining up your numbers by place value. So you'll see on your outline where it has a blank for step one. Step one, line up your numbers by, on that blank you need to write place value. All ones places should be in a column, all tens places in a column, and so on. That part's just like addition. Also, just like addition, you're going to start with your ones place value all the way to the right. You're going to subtract your ones place value first. You always need to check before you subtract to see if the top number has enough to take the bottom number away. One very common problem that people have with this method is that they just want to flip them and subtract. While that works in addition, it doesn't work in subtraction. It's not going to give you the right answer if you do that. So don't move your numbers around. If you don't have enough to subtract, you're going to have to regroup. Okay? We'll look at how to regroup in just a second. Step 3, you're going to repeat the step 2 over and over for each column. So however many columns you have, that's how many times you'll have to repeat step 2. And step 4, circle your final answer. Again, that's just kind of a picky thing for Miss Rogers, but it makes it a lot easier for me to grade your work and to see exactly what you meant as your answer. So always when you finish your work, take a minute and circle that real quick. It just takes a second and makes my life a lot easier. So, all right, let's look at the examples on your paper then. The first one, we have 46,244 minus 23,234. Like I said, addition's nice. You can flip-flop them. Do not do that with subtraction. It will really mess you up. So we have 46,244. And we're going to subtract 23,234. Okay, so we lined up our numbers by place value. The ones are lined up, the tens are lined up, the hundreds are lined up, thousands are lined up, 10,000s are lined up. Now we're ready to start subtracting. We're going to start on this side with the smallest place value, the ones. We have 4 minus 4. If you have 4 and you take them all away, you're left with 0. So that'll be a big old 0 here. And you have 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. You've got 1 left. You've got 2 minus 2. If you have 2, you take them both away, you're left with 0. I'm going to bring down my comma. You don't have to subtract a comma, you just bring it on down. Then we have 6 minus 3. Okay, I know that 3 is half of 6, so I know I'll have 3 left if I take away 3. And kind of the same thing here with 4. I know that 2 is half of 4, so I know if I take 2 away, I'm going to have 2 left. So my answer should be 23,010. Again, step 4, Miss Rogers' picky rule here. Make sure you're circling your answers so I can tell exactly what you meant when I grade your papers. Okay, your next example on your paper has 7,342 minus 5,923. Your first step is to line those up. So I'm going to write my first number, 7,342. And I'm going to subtract my second number there. 3, 2, 9, 5. I wrote those backwards just so I could make sure I've lined up all my place values correctly. Okay? So once we get to that point, we are ready to subtract. Okay? So we look at the ones place. We have 2. We want to take away 3. But I only have 2. Can I take away 3 if I only have 2? So this number is not big enough. So we need to make a change to our numbers to make it big enough. Okay? Some people call it borrowing because that's kind of what you're going to do. You're going to go look at your neighbor over here. We're going to regroup one of these 10s. This is the 10s place. We have 4 10s. We're going to take one of those away. Take one of those 10s away. So we only have 3 left. We're going to put that 10 over here. So we're taking one 10 and putting it here. So we have 10 plus the 2 that are already there. So 10, 11, 12. We're going to have 12 over here. So now we have 12 minus 3. And you can do that. 12 minus 3 is 9. Okay. We've got 3 minus 2, which is 1. Now you've got 3 minus 9. If you've only got 3, can you take 9 away? You can't do that either, can you? So we're going to have to do the same thing, this regrouping or borrowing, that some people call it borrowing there. So, okay, so we're going to have to borrow some from something bigger. So we're going to look over at the thousands place. That's bigger. So I'm going to borrow one from over there, and that'll leave me 6 left over there. And I need to put some over here. Do you remember that rule we learned with place value? The one to the left is 10 times more. That's why we add that 10 more on here. So we've got 3. We borrowed some from over here. That place is 10 times bigger than this one. So we're going to have 10 plus the 3 that's already there. So we're going to have 13 here. Now we have 13 minus 9, and that is one we can do. 13 minus 9 is 4. And we have 6 minus 5, which is 1. And that should be our final answer there. Okay. All right, let's do one more example. Number 3 on your paper starts with a big number here, 884,629. And we are subtracting. We've got a 3 in this place. 6, 3, comma, 5, 3. And I'm subtracting. Alright, so let's start with our ones place there. We've got 9. We're going to take away 3. That'll leave us with 6. 9, 8, 7, 6. Counting backwards there. Now we've got 2 minus 6. If you've got 2, you can't take 6 away. You don't have enough. So you're going to have to regroup that. Remember we said the one to the left is 10 times more. So we're going to look to the left. We're going to take one of those away. That'll make that 5. It's 10 times more than this, so we're going to add 10 more onto this. So we're not going to have 2 anymore. We're going to have 12. Sorry, I wrote that a little too close to the top up there. So we got 12 minus 6. Now you can do it. And I know that 6 is half of 12. So now I'm going to have 6 more left over. We got 5 minus 3. That's fine. 5 minus 3. I've got 2 left. I'm going to carry my comma down here. And now I've got 4 minus 5. If you only got 4, can you take 5 away? Not without negative numbers, and we're not going to worry about that yet. Okay, so we need to regroup again. So we're going to borrow one from over here, make this 7. Remember, the one to the left is 10 times more, so we're going to put 10 more on this. So it's not going to be 4, it's going to be 14. Okay, 14 minus 5 now. Now we can do that, so that works. 7 minus 3. And there's an 8 minus nothing. There's nothing left in this place value. So we're just going to keep our 8. And that's our final answer. Alright, like always, you've got 2 problems at the bottom there. I need you to try your best to do those on your own. Okay? And I will check them next time I see you.